Today's goal is to sew 100 scrunchies in 8 hours or less. So let's see if I can accomplish this. See you in a moment. Hey girl, hey, and welcome back to OMG & Co, also known as OMG Scrunchie Club. For those of you that are new, welcome to the club. My name is Lamiel. I'm the Scrunchie creator, jewelry maker, hair accessory maker. I have some new hair accessories that I'm going to show you maybe in this video or the next. But for those of you that are new, if I didn't say this, welcome to the club. I'm a little off of my intros. I haven't been making videos for a while because I'm still having health issues, but I said today is the day I must push through and make some videos because my YouTube algorithm is tanking. But anywho, let's get started. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the progress so far. I'm still moving into the Scrunchie studio, but I'm going to step behind the camera so that I can show you what's going on. Last time we were here together, I showed you my scrunchie wall. So this is the back scrunchie wall. And then I think I showed you this little section here. I still have the pink bands back there. But over here, this cube wall here will be earrings along with this one. Those will be earrings. And then this set here will be headbands. So here are some new headbands I'm working on right now. Some African Ankara headbands. So these are my samples. I'm trying to perfect my measurements. So that's why these little tags are here. I have my measurements written on the other side. I'm not sharing that. Not yet anyway. But if I go to the left of the main wall, I have my camera remote. I have some other cube walls here. So these are the newer cube walls that I just added. And if I go around this side, trying to walk around my clutter in here, I have more cube walls here. So this is what it looks like from this angle. Still have my sewing machines and everything there. But yeah, let's get into what we're doing today. So I have pre-cut, because it saves me time, I have pre-cut some of my scrunchie fabric here. Well, I've pre-cut 100. Today's goal is to use my serger right here in front of me to sew my scrunchies. Why am I using my serger, you ask? Okay, I will tell you. So, I don't have an industrial sewing machine as of yet. I'm still researching. I know I'm off topic, but I'll talk to you about this. So, I was going to get an industrial sewing machine. Then I saw an embroidery machine that I liked. So I was like, do I save up for the embroidery machine or do I get the industrial sewing machine? I want both. I don't want to spend money. I'm just a very cheap and frugal person that hates to spend money. Yes, I know you have to spend money to make money. But I'm leaning back towards to getting the industrial sewing machine. I just have to go to the sewing machine store shop in Atlanta to see which one I want to buy, because I can buy one that's $700 or one that's $1,500. The one that's $700, I forgot the name of it, but it sews 5,500 stitches per minute. Or is that per second? RPM, PM, I don't know. Well, it sews 5,500 stitches, but it does not cut. It back stitches, but it does not cut. And the $1,500 one cuts, and I can program it to do different things. So I'm leaning more towards that one, but it only sews 5,000 stitches, which is 500 less than the cheaper one. So I feel like if I go test it out, I can decide which one I want to do, but I just haven't been feeling like going up there. So my brother's sewing machine, I want to say it sews between 800 to 850 stitches. But if I use the brother serger, it sews 1,300 stitches. So doing the math, I can sew more scrunchies on the serger than I can on the sewing machine. So that is the reason I'm doing this on the sewing machine, to quicken the process. So it is 10:34 and it's Sunday, July 10th. I'm going to actually start this at 11. My goal is to set the timer for 5 hours to see how far I get, because I wanted to do this in 5 hours. But if I go all the way to 8 hours, I will be done at 7 if I'm not mistaken, because 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I should be done by 7 p.m. Still have kids in the house. They're asleep right now because they stayed up all night, but I still have to do mommy duties. So hopefully they don't bother me too much to where I have to get up and can't continuously sew. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started right now. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut my scrunchie tags, and then I will see you all here back at 11 o'clock so that we can start the clock together. I have my little bucket here that I'm going to put the tags in. I also have a bin that I am going to toss the scrunchie casings in as I sew them. And I have 2 containers of little clips here. I like to use these when I'm sewing my casings together. So my initial goal is to sew all of the tags in first. Then after I sew the tags in, I will go back and then sew the casings. After I sew the casings, I will do my elastic, and then I will sew the casings closed with a sewing machine. So while I have this time before it gets to 11, I'm going to work on cutting my tags, cutting 100 tags, and cutting some elastic because I didn't pre-cut that. If you pre-cut, it kind of saves time, because if I were to cut my fabric and my scrunchies at the same time of trying to do this video, it would possibly like double my time of how long it will take me to get this done. So I like to try to pick days where I cut fabric and days where I can cut my tags, or I can do all the cutting at one time in one day and then sew the next day or whatever day I choose to. As far as my earrings, I forgot to mention, yes, I'm wearing some OMG & Co earrings. Unfortunately, they're not on the website yet. Hopefully they'll be there soon. I am trying to set up to where I can do my own photo shoot of myself. Maybe I'll have to get my husband to do it when he has some time. But in the meantime, I'll just do it myself or just stick them on my mannequin. I do have pictures on my mannequin of the earrings. That's on my Etsy shop. But I prefer that you purchase them from my OMG & Co website. Yes, I'm talking a lot, but it is, once again, it is 10:37 now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the tag cutting and elastic cutting, and I will see you here back here at 11 o'clock so that we can get started with this challenge. Hopefully I will be able to put in my thumbnail 100 scrunchies in 5 hours versus 100 scrunchies in 8 hours. But hey, my goal is to not do this for more than 12 hours or 24 hours. I don't want to do that. But just imagine if I get the industrial sewing machine, I could possibly do like 100 scrunchies in, I don't know, in maybe, I'll have to do the math. But I'll tell you, when I sew on my serger, I'm able to do 5 scrunchies in 15 minutes. Whereas when I was doing it on my sewing machine, the slower machine, I think I was doing 3 scrunchies every 15 minutes or something like that, because it was literally that slow. So if all goes well, I should be able to do 20 scrunchies an hour, which means in 5 hours I should be able to have 100 scrunchie casings done. So that's where I got the 5 hours from. If I had help, I would have my kids elastic them, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. So see you at 11. All right, it's not 11 yet, but I forgot to mention that I am using a dinner table or tray, like a food tray or something, to sew with. I like to use this because I'm a short person and it's just more comfortable for me. If anyone's wondering like, why is she using this small table? Normally I will use one of my folding tables over there, or this table here. I have like 5 tables in this room. 6 if you include this little tray. Well, 7 if you include the 2 little trays I have here. I have one with my computer set up on it. But I just wanted to address that just in case someone's like, oh my goodness, she's not using a sewing table. I don't have to use a sewing table. I use what works for me, and you do the same for you. So I am using this little folding lunch tray, dinner tray, tray to sew on top of, and I like it because it's small. I'm small, and I'll just grab my fabric from here. So my assembly line is grab the fabric, toss it under the machine, throw it in the bucket, keep going, throw it in the bucket. Or I could just put the bucket in front of here, and as I sew the tags, I could just let them fall into the bucket, which is likely what I'm going to do. That's normally what I do. So just wanted to say that. And now it's 10:40. I have 20 minutes to cut these tags and some elastic. Okay, bye. Okay, so it is 10:58. I have 2 minutes before I have to get started on this scrunchie challenge. So one reason, other than being sick, that I haven't done too many videos is because it takes time to edit. So if you are a YouTuber and you know that you have to shoot videos, well, shooting videos, you know that they have to be edited. And then you want to kind of adjust angles so that your viewers can see you doing whatever project you're doing from different angles. That takes time too. So if I were to just do this without recording, I could possibly cut off like 30 minutes of time from me having to move the camera around different angles. So I may not do a lot of different angles. I don't know. I want to keep things interesting for you so that you're not like, oh, this is so boring. But hey, it is going to be sped up as I do this. I am not going to sit here and let you watch this for 8 hours, nor am I going to record this for 8 hours straight. I will edit it. I'll record, and as the battery dies, I'll probably just keep sewing, switch the battery or whatever. But I'm not going to run the camera for 8 hours for you to see me do the same thing continuously for however many hours it takes me to do. But I will say this. I have 2 stacks over here. So these 2 stacks here, I will be sewing with the black thread. Hopefully I don't run out. And somewhere in between, when I switch to this stack here, I'm going to sew these with white thread. I will do a video later of me cleaning my serger because it needs to be cleaned now, but I don't have time to like do a detailed cleaning, as well as how I change my thread without having to re-thread the entire serger every time that I want to change colors. So I will do a video on that as well. I have a few videos in my head that I want to do, just have to get them done. So it is now 11 o'clock and I am going to go ahead and get started. I have my empty bin here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So maybe for the first scrunchie here, since I am using a serger, I will go in with some details here. Let's see. Excuse the mess in the background on the floor. And I don't know if something's wrong with my camera, but there are little black lines that are going through the screen. Hopefully they're not being picked up on the recording. I'm not sure. But here we go. So I'm using a serger because it's faster. When I get my industrial sewing machine, I will use my serger for serging purposes. But hey, you can sew with a serger. If I wanted to, I could remove some of the extra threads. Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have this set up with only 3 threads. When I was making my Ankara African wax headbands, I was using the rolled hem. So I guess I will continue to use the rolled hem. So I'm using the right needle and upper and lower. So the right needle spool here, upper and lower spools as well for my serger. So here we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to change this stitch because it's using a lot more thread than I want to. And I think I need to change camera angles because you're not seeing this from the good angle. So I'm going to change camera angles right now. Okay, so I'm going to restart this. It is 11:04. I wanted to time each stage of the process, so now I'm just going to start over from 11:04. So I'm going to do a stopwatch, and the cool thing about the stopwatch is as I finish the tags, I can press lap, and then I can go to the casing, and then I can press lap, so I can see how long it takes me to do each different thing, and I can press lap as I go. So that's what I want to do. So now I'm just going to start over now, and also will keep the time, my entire time, so I'll know when I hit 3 hours, 5 hours, or whatever. So I'm starting over. I'll just scrap this scrunchie casing, not count it, or just, I don't know. So here we go. And I do have my blade up, so it's going to cut the thread, not the thread, the fabric as I go, and it will go into this little waste basket right here is the wastebasket. I don't think I want to stick with the rolled hem, so now I have to take some time to change. I forgot that I was doing a rolled hem yesterday. First one down, tags in, there we go. Okay, so first casing down in the bucket. I may change the way I'm sitting again. First casing down, 99 more to go, and we're 2 minutes and 12 seconds in. Well, that's not the complete casing. Maybe I should just go ahead and maybe I will just go ahead and sew the casings and the tags at the same time. I'll see how that method works. I'm not sure. Normally I just sew the tags, then I go back and sew the casings. So I am going to go ahead and thread my left needle because I want to do 4 stitches instead of 3 because I don't want the rolled hem. I'll just put in the other needle, the other thread for the left needle. But the cool thing about this serger is there is a compartment in this serger where I can store things. So my tweezers are actually inside of my serger, which is pretty cool. My Singer serger, the professional one that holds 5 spools, doesn't have anything that cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew. I won't do much talking. I will try to make sure that I change the camera angle. I need to move my computer now to this side, or maybe I'll just turn back this way. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so I now have my 4 spools locked and loaded, ready to go. I will show you the difference in the rolled hem versus the overlock with the 4 threads. I'm using the right and the left needle, upper and lower loopers as well. So I'm going to do this one really quickly so I can show you the difference. The first stitch that we did, the stitches are very tight and close together for the rolled hem. To me, I think it uses a lot more thread. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. But this is the finished top side or outside, front facing side. And the other stitch that I did, the overlock stitch, right there, you can see the difference. And this is the finish of how it looks on the opposite side, right there. So I'm going to use this stitch here, and I think I'm going to attempt to sew the casings, because now that I think about it, that even though I was going to save sewing the casings as my second step after doing the tag, if I just go ahead, put the tags in, and then sew the casing, I won't have to go back. And the next step would be sewing in, not sewing the elastic, but putting in the elastic. So I'm going to do that and see what happens. I'm going to change my angle. So whenever I'm sewing my casings together, I like to open them up just like so. The seam that the tag is on, I have it on the bottom. I think I've shown this before, but just in case you're watching this for the first time or you want to see it again, this is what I do. So I find the center and I try to have the seam in the center right here. And then I just fold the 2 insides. Well, I fold the wrong facing sides together. So my casing is inside out. The right facing is facing each other right now inside. And then I line my seams or my seam line together right there. Then I take one of these clips and I clip it. So I clip that part together, and then I just find a space or a spot and I begin sewing my casing closed. And remember not to sew it all the way closed full circle, or you will not have a spot or a place to put your elastic. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one right now. And also, when you're doing the burrito or the tuck and pull method, whatever it's called, make sure you have your fabric pushed in deep enough to where you're not actually sewing over the casing inside of the casing. I've done that a few times. And when you go to pull it out, it's stuck because it's sewn to itself. So, yeah. So, now that I am at the end where I am done sewing the casing, you want to run a chain. I'm not sure if I'm using the correct term, but these are called chains. So when I get to a point where I want to stop it, instead of cutting it right there because you don't want the thread to unravel, I'm going to run a chain. For those of you that are real sewers or seamstress out there, type in the comment box what I'm trying to say, because I know you all know what I'm trying to say. So let me see if I can angle this camera a little bit differently so that you can see what I'm talking about. Or I'll just pick it up. So right in here, this is where I want my opening to be for me to put my casing in, my elastic in. So I'm going to pull the fabric through, but pull it off of from underneath the sewing foot so that I can run a chain of thread. So just like this, just like that. And so now I'll just cut this, and when I sew it, I can leave some of these in there when I sew the casing closed, because I'm going to use my straight stitch from my regular sewing machine for that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So whenever you're using a serger, you want to have a chain at the beginning of what you're sewing, which is this one, and then one at the end. And so the casing is done now. One thing I like to do when sewing my casings, so I don't lose the opening, is I actually pull some of the fabric through the casing. That way, when I go to elastic it, I'm not fumbling or searching for where the casing opening is, because that will take a lot of time if you have to like try to figure out where your hole is so that you can put the elastic in. So either I will pull it through like this. When I don't have enough clamps, I just pull it through like this. When I do have enough clamps, most of the times, depending on my mood, I will, well, not most of the time. Most of the times I just do it this way. But sometimes if I'm in a good mood and I have nothing at all to do, which is hardly ever, I will pull it all the way through like so. So it's already ready to be elastic. But I take one of these clips, and where the hole is, I just stick one of the clips in that opening right there so that I can find it a lot faster. Because just imagine if this clip wasn't here, I wouldn't know where to begin to find that hole. So yeah, that's a quick tip if you don't want to just pull a little bit of the fabric through. But I'm going to go ahead. I've wasted, well, not wasted, I've used up quite a bit of my time, 16 minutes, and I only did one scrunchie casing and put in 3 tags total. So I'm going to go ahead and sew, get my TV show going, grab a quick snack, and yeah, I'm going to keep the clock. Well, I don't know, should I pause the clock when I take my snack break? I'm going to pause the clock. I just want to get some chips really quickly. So I'm going to stop at 17 minutes. So my goal is to do 5 hours. At 5 hours, I will do a check and see how far I am, and then keep going to 8 hours until I get these scrunchies done. So if I go over 8 hours, yeah, we'll just go over 8 hours. So see you in a moment. So I'm popping. So let's do a quick update, because I actually have to take my kids on a run real quick. Not a run, a literal run, but somewhere. They are awake now. So I've been sewing for 1 hour and 46 minutes. I've almost finished this middle pile. My goal was to like not have to do this video over 2 days, but it looks like we may have to do that, or I may come back later tonight and do some more. It's 1:55 right now. I'll probably continue to work until 3 o'clock to see how much I can get done before we go. Run some errands, and yeah, wanted to give you that update. So I just have one left in the middle stack, I didn't count how many were in the stack. And I have my bin filling up right here. So I'm going to finish this, do that stack, and then work on these, the ones that I would need to change the thread out for white. So just wanted to come back in and give a quick update. I probably should have stopped the time while I'm talking, but it's okay. I'll stop it now. And yeah, I'm gonna continue to sew, and I will see you after I finish this stack. And maybe when I finish this stack at 3 o'clock, this is what I'll do. At 3 o'clock, I will count and see how much I have done so far. That way you can have a good number or a detailed amount of how much I have sewn in a few hours. So see you then. So I have been sewing for 2 hours, 31 minutes, 36 seconds. Am I reading the right? Yes. And I got on the phone after the last time I said I was going to give an update at 3 o'clock, I believe. It is now 3:32. We're about to leave, but I wanted to count with you all how many scrunchie casings I have completed in the 2 hours, 31 minutes. So I'm going to count. I'll sit them here on the chair. 1, 2, 3, 38, 39 scrunchie casings in 2 hours. That's not a lot. So I've only gotten through 39 scrunchie casings. It's not a lot, but it's not a lot, if that makes sense. So for example, if I were using my sewing machine, I probably would have half of that. So I am about to take the kids to run some errands, and then they want to go to the park. So I'm not even sure if I'll be able to come back and finish this today. I'm hoping I can come back and at least finish the casings. But I am going to stop the time where I am right now and pick up from here, putting it on camera just in case this gets erased. Pick up from here and continue, and we'll see if I can get these done in 8 hours. It may seem like it's taking 2 days because I may have to do it tomorrow, but just imagine if I had enough time to do it without any interruptions, I could do it in possibly 8 hours or less. So hopefully I can get it done. Looking out the window. So I will see you when I get back. Yeah, that's about it. See you in a moment. So welcome back. I guess I can call this part 2 of day 1 of sewing these scrunchies. No, I have not been sewing this whole time that I've been away from the camera, but you wouldn't know that because photo magic. So well, camera magic. It is 9:45 p.m. Kids and I went to Sam's. We went to the park, ate dinner. Now I'm back, fixed dinner for my husband when he got off. And now I'm back to getting this done. So my goal now is to work until 11 p.m. Where I last left off, I was 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 36 seconds, 0.75 nanoseconds. So yeah, I don't have much left. I have this pile here and the pile here that I need to do the white thread with. And of course I have my bucket of casings. I don't want to start on these until I finish sewing the casings. So I'm going to get started on that right now. So update, it's still July the 10th. It is 11:29 p.m. and I am about to stop for the night so that I can get ready for bed. I actually want to go read a book. And I've been sewing for 3 hours, 57 minutes, 27 seconds, 27.69 seconds. And this is the last stack of scrunchie casings that will be sewn with the black thread, and then the rest will go with the white. So, excuse me. In almost 4 hours, I've only gotten through 60 scrunchie casings. I actually have 40 left on the table. I counted them. So can I meet the 5-hour time that I wanted to be done? Probably not. Oh, 11:32. 60 scrunchies down, scrunchie casings, 40 more to go before I hit that 100. Then I have to do the elastic. So, see you tomorrow for this challenge. All right, have a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are. See you later. Bye-bye. This knit fabric here, or stretch fabric, whatever you want to call it, makes beautiful scrunchies. I just hate sewing it. If you sew knit fabric, give me some pointers on how to keep it from rolling over. I know one thing that I do is I kind of pull it a little bit towards me just to stretch it from rolling over. But it's not hard to sew. It's just a little frustrating to sew because of it rolling over. I can't sew it as fast as I could sew chiffon, organza, satin, cotton, just because the edges kind of roll over. So I actually have to take a little bit more time to sew this. It's no big deal, but if there's an easier way, please, someone let me know what that way is. I'd love some pointers. So we are in here. I am threading this blue, so I'm following the directions for the blue. I just stuck it in there, so now I have to pull it through. Yeah, I'm gonna dust this out just a little bit because it's so dusty in here. It is so dusty, baby, in here. Okay, so this needs to go back there, but I have my blade up, so let me lower my blade. Just a second. All right, so I'm going to hand hold this. Now look at all of that gunk and dust and thread. Well, it's not dust, it's fabric, because the blade right here, as the fabric goes through, it cuts it. So I need to sweep it out a little bit. Just sweep it out. Doo-ba-doo. Right in here. Dust it out. Look at all of that. All of that. Ew, 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 ew. And I've seen some vacuum extension type things where you connect a smaller vacuum hose to your home vacuum. But we don't have carpet, so we don't have a vacuum. So that's one thing. I have a little dust buster. I may try to use that, but I don't know if it's too powerful. Well, it shouldn't be too powerful if everything's screwed in properly. It shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, trying to get some of this gunk out of here. Wonder if I need better light so that you can see it a little better. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going last scrunchie with the black thread. Woohoo! Here we go. So I finished all of the black scrunchie casings in 4 hours, 31 minutes, 23 seconds, 23.6 seconds. I am going to count them really quickly to tell you how many I did, or better yet, I'll just count the white ones and I'll know how many I did. I did 71 scrunchie casings in 4 hours. I'm laughing because that's a long time. 4 hours, 31 minutes, 23.36 seconds. And now what I'm going to do is, well, I have to press start to, well, I'll make this the first lap. So I'll make this the first lap. So it's going to add a second lap, stop. Okay, so the black scrunchie thread, 4 hours, 31 minutes, 24.28 seconds now. And so the next lap will start the white scrunchie casings, and I am actually going to show you how I'm going to change this thread without unthreading my serger. So now I'm going to show you how I change my thread color on my serger without having to rethread each of these lovely compartments down here on the inside. So I want to change to white thread this time, and what I am actually going to do is cut the threads from up here. So I know it's kind of hard for you to see, and I need to use both hands, so I can't zoom in and show you what I'm doing, but I can explain it as I do it. Maybe when I do a tutorial, I will get one of my kids or my husband to hold the camera for this part. So what I'm going to do is cut the threads. So I'll just start with this first one, just so you can see. So I took the lower looper spool off. Find my cone. I'm going to place the cone on here, and then I'm going to actually take the thread, and where I cut it off, well, I have to rethread it through. I have to rethread it through here first. So it's numbered. This one's pretty cool. My Singer serger, professional serger, isn't numbered. I don't think it is. Underneath the inside it is. No, I don't know. I'll have to go and look. So I go through number 1, then I go to number 2. Number 3 is right here where I cut the thread. I am actually going to tie the white thread to the black thread. So I'm going to do this for all of them, actually. Oh, my nails are in the way. So I'm just going to tie it. Tie it, tie it, tie it. Tie it, tie it, tie it. I'm doing 2 knots. 2 knots. If I can get this first knot in. Okay, I got the first one. I'm trying to do the second knot. I kind of pull it really tightly. What I'm going to do, this little excess thread here on the side, I kind of snip it off a little bit because I don't want it to get tangled or get caught on anything as it's running through where it has to run through. So I will do this for the next 3 of my spools, and then we're going to run a chain stitch, and you will see the color go from black to white. And once that's done, I am done changing the thread, and I didn't have to rethread this entire machine, which I will have to do when I clean it out. But we're not cleaning right now. We're not doing a deep clean. I'm still trying to find the vacuum. I took some time out to pause the video, not to pause the video. While I was sewing, I took some time out to look. Now that I have that done, I'm going to bring you down here to the foot, and you will actually see as I sew or make my chain stitch, you'll see the color should change from black to white. So let's check it out. So it's starting to change right there. And as soon as this black goes away, I will know that I have completed my process of changing my thread color. And there you have it. It's all white now. So that is the way I change my thread color without having to rethread my serger. I hope if any of you were looking for an easy way to do that, I hope that was helpful. And if you have an easier way, let me know. Comment down in the comment section. So let's get this party started, or going. Let's keep the party going, and let's do these last 29 scrunchie casings. Okay, we're back from another commercial break. Okay, So, had to make a few phone calls. It is 10:51. Haven't started on these scrunchies that I'm going to sew with the white thread, but I'm about to start on those now. I left off at 4 hours, 31 minutes, 24.46 seconds. So it's 1:50 p.m. and I have been sewing for a total of 6 hours, 2 minutes, and 25.30 seconds. I have 2 more casings left to do. So far, lap 2 is for the white thread. I have been sewing casings for 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 1 second. And I have 29 of the casings. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these last 2, and then I will stop this lap and start the next lap for putting the elastic in. My kids are in class right now, so if I get interrupted, I will have to stop and help them with whatever they need help with. But I have peppermint in my mouth. I am going to push through, and I am getting these scrunchies done today so I can stock my scrunchie wall. I may try to do this again this week, maybe tomorrow night or Wednesday night. Maybe try to do from midnight until 5 or 8 a.m. to see if I can do this continuously and get through it, because I've been doing this over 2 days, but I had to stop only because people are awake during the day and we have things to do throughout the day, and I'm not able to dedicate 100% of my time to sitting at a table sewing scrunchies all day. Okay, it stopped. So I'm about to start the time right now. So I'm back again. I feel like I've been back and forth, coming and going. It's 5:23. We wrapped up school. I went to the grocery store. Now I have like an hour and a half. I'll probably start dinner 6:45-ish, so that we can eat. But I've been working for 6 hours, 6 minutes, 28.91 seconds. So I'm about to elastic my scrunchie casings. And when I do this, I am going to be using, let's pull out my little clips here and a bodkin, of course. I have a basket full of elastic, and what I do with the clip, I will show you. How about we start now? So I have to create this lap first. Now we're starting our new time for elasticking the scrunchie, so hopefully I can get this done pretty quickly, because my 100 scrunchies won't be complete until they're sewn shut. So that is my challenge to myself today. So I know you don't want to watch me do elastic all day, so I'll just do a few clips of me putting in elastic. So I put it on the bodkin like so. Boop, 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 and then we're going to insert it. And in the midst of trying to do this YouTube video, I'm also trying to do a TikTok video on my phone at the same time, but not right now at this exact moment. So that's cutting into some of my time as well. I may have to start staying up overnight and just being a zombie and not getting any sleep, because when I wake up in the morning, or if I stay up overnight, then the kids have to have school. But next month we'll have our summer break. We just take 1 month off for summer. So I'm looking forward to August. So we start school in September. So I'm going to double knot my elastic. And then I like to take this little clip here, because if I don't take the clip and the elastic goes in when it's time to sew, I have to then search for the hole. So what I do is I just clip where the hole is, and I have the first scrunchie elastic, and I drop it in the bin right next to me. So that's it. Now all I have left is 99 more of these to go. So without further ado, hopefully I won't get I forgot to stop recording. Hopefully I won't stop timing. Hopefully I won't get any interruptions. And now I'm going to resume my stopwatch for the elasticking, and I'm going to finish watching my TV episodes. So I have one more casing left in this bucket here. I still don't know how many scrunchie casings I stuck in there. Last casing in the second bucket. It's 6:52 p.m., 7 hours, 7 minutes. I'm about to knock the rest of these scrunchie casings out. Hopefully I can start sewing tonight. Because I don't want to go into day 3 of doing this. From the looks of it, it may end up taking me, I think, like 10 hours to get through all of these, to finish this, like sewing everything. But we will see. I'm about to start the clock now, finish watching this show that I'm watching on my computer in front of me. And yeah, I will check back in when this is done. So it is 8:16 p.m. Don't know if I'll be done before midnight. You know what? I really don't know when I'm going to be done. I'm tired of looking at scrunchies. Okay, so update. Last scrunchie casing to put the elastic through. So I roughly did 2 hours. The first 43 scrunchies I did in 1 hour. So now I'm at 2 hours and I just have one scrunchie left. Okay, so I have my setup ready to go. I'm still using my little dining tray table, if that's what you want to call it. And I switched over to my sewing machine. I sorted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bins over here. And I tried to sort these by color. All of these in this bin will be with black thread. Then I have blue. So I'll probably close this with navy blue. And then I have this shade of blue here. I have oranges in here, purples, pinks, and these will be grays. And so I just went ahead and just brought one of my thread racks over here, my bobbins, the sewing machine, of course, and my empty bucket. So I am about to sew these scrunchie casings closed. So I am doing all of this in real time. And one of my kids is coming into the garage right now. But it's 8:42. I don't know if you all can see that. My remote isn't working right for some reason. I'm trying to zoom in, but it's not working right. Sir wants to wave. Just wave your hand. Doesn't have on a shirt, so there's Sir's hand. Okay, so hold on, sir. It's 8 hours and 8 minutes, 2 seconds, and 2.39 seconds since I've been doing this. So, final goal is to get all of these scrunchie casings sewn closed. The opening where I had to insert the elastic, and my goal hopefully is to get it done in 2 hours. It is now 8:46. I'm going to go ahead and start the machine. And I'm going to go ahead and start the clock right now because I have to thread this, get some black thread, black bobbin. Trying to see, I may need to make another black bobbin, but I should have quite a few. So starting the time now. Here we go. First one in the bucket. Here we go. So update, it is 10:18 p.m. and unfortunately I have to stop again. Thought I was going to be done today. But I did, so 39 scrunchie casings completed. Right here. I did stop the stop clock. 8 hours, 36 minutes, 7 seconds, 7.63 seconds. So if all goes well, and if I can get up early enough, I will finish this, because my goal was to post this video on tomorrow, which is July 12th. But it looks like it may get posted on the 13th because I still have to edit the video as well. So for those of you where it's nighttime, if you're watching this, have a great night. If it's daytime, good morning to you. I will pick this up tomorrow. Okay, so day 3, July the 12th. I've been doing this 8 hours, 36 minutes, 7 seconds, 7.63 seconds. All right, so let's see if I can turn this angle. I don't have on any makeup, by the way, nor am I wearing jewelry. I was like, I don't care. I just want to be done, guys. I just want to be done. Okay, so starting the clock. Let me turn my machine on and start. So I'm on my last purple scrunchie out of the bin, and I have 2 bins left, the orange and the blue. It's 9:45, 9 hours, 21 minutes, 42.35 seconds. I'm about to finish the rest of this. So here goes. Let's go ahead and knock these last 4 out, baby. Okay, I know I've done a lot of talking in this video, so when I am talking, most of the times I am pausing the timer. There have been a few times where I have gotten up to go do things for a couple of minutes, or maybe possibly like 15 minutes, and I forgot to stop the timer. So I would say when I finalize my time, you can give or take a few minutes, because sometimes I was watching TV or I was away doing something for my kids and I forgot to stop the timer. Like now, Summer's back in here. So hold on just a second. Okay, so let's do these last 4. I guess I'll give you some ASMR, some sound with this one. Start this timer right now. Is it moving? Is it moving? There we go. Last one, and I'm done. And I forgot to stop the clock because I got up to make myself an award. So I'm going to stop it right here. Let me start it and stop it again. Okay, so 9 hours, 48 minutes, 9.73 seconds. I, my friend, have completed my scrunchie challenge. I wanted to reward myself. So you all get to watch me receive, my Zoom button's not working for some reason, my scrunchie award. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. I never thought I would be able to do 100 scrunchies in less than 24 hours, let alone less than 10 hours. First, I want to thank God for giving me the creativity and the funds to buy fabric and a sewing machine, and for having fans on YouTube. I want to thank my husband and my kids for not being upset when I'm in the garage sewing scrunchies, even though they're doing things while I'm sewing the scrunchies, and I try to do them while my husband's at work so he doesn't miss spending time with me. But I want to thank you all for watching this video. I am really emotional, you guys, not like crying emotional. Enough with the silly stuff. So to me, this was a personal goal / accomplishment. Now my next goal is to beat 9 hours. Let's see. 48 minutes, 9.73 seconds. My next goal for making my next batch of 100 scrunchies is to try to do it all in one day. As I stated, it took 3 days to do this, not 72 hours. It is for 3 days, right? No, that's not 3 days. I think that is 3 days. My math isn't good. So it didn't take me 72 hours to do the scrunchies. I had to do it over a 3-day period because of life. I am a wife first and a mother to 4 lovely children. And so I'm unable to just sit and sew all day because I don't have a life. My life belongs to some other people. My life belongs to 5 other people, if that makes sense. If you're a mom, you know what I mean. So sometimes you have to force yourself to prioritize yourself. So my next video, my next scrunchie challenge, I hope to be able to do it overnight. And also I will be doing some videos on my head wraps when I figure out the size. I have to finalize that today. And I'm also working on t-shirt designs, which I forgot to add to my to-do list of things. And I have to do my business cards. So I'll save those topics for another video because I want to do a video tutorial on some of those, or not a tutorial, but a video on me doing that. So if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. I do have some other things that I am going to be adding to OMG & Co. since I dropped the scrunchie, even though I still have that website. I am working on, I will give you an update. Well, a brief synopsis of what I'm working on. I'm working on my fringe earrings, which have been selling out. I don't think they're on my website, but I've been selling a lot of those in person and a few on Etsy. I'm working on some new head wraps. I am working on my t-shirt designs. I want to sew some clothes as well. I don't know if I will put that in my scrunchie business, but I am working on some handbag designs, not my scrunchie business, for OMG & Co. I'm working on some handbag designs that I personally am going to be sewing. I'm working on some clothing that I want to sew personally, but I will make it for myself because, you guys, I am not a professional seamstress. So I don't want to make something and then someone complains, hey, your stitches are a little bit crooked or whatever, wonky, wobbly. What else am I working on? Earrings, headbands. I have some more headband designs that I'm working on as well as some necklaces that I'm working on, rope necklaces, and of course my fall scrunchie collection, which hopefully will drop in September. I'm still formulating some things and working on trying to get a patent done for them, because scrunchies are patented, but scrunchies are patent, but I'm not sure the patent is still active. I had a subscriber ask me if it's legal to make scrunchies in America, and I'm not sure because patent in the US lasts for 20 years and the scrunchie patent was made over 20 years ago, but it could have been renewed. I haven't researched it. So that's about it for now. Now I have to stock this scrunchie wall. Excuse me. But here's my final bucket of 100 scrunchie babies. Oh, let me add these back in there. Oops. Of 100 scrunchies sewn, made, elastic in less than 10 hours. Yeah. Just imagine, last thing. Just imagine if I had an industrial sewing machine. I'm going to calculate to see how long I think it would take for me to do 100 scrunchies based off of the time it takes me to do it with 1,300 stitches. How long it would probably take me to do it with 5,000 stitches per minute. I mean, I would probably be done with one scrunchie casing in a minute. And if I could do that, oh my goodness, it would be a total game changer. If I could do one scrunchie casing a minute, one scrunchie casing a minute, that means that would be 100 minutes, which would be an hour and 40 minutes just to make 100 scrunchie casings. And then we'll just go off of what I did here to do the elastic, I want to say, let's see. I know I said I was going to let you all go. I do this all the time on the phone. Comment down below if you always, if you're the person that's on the phone that's like, okay, I'm gonna let you go, but then you start a whole new conversation and 10 minutes go by, an hour goes by, and you're still talking. Or if you leave someone's house and you're like, okay, I'm about to go, but you walk to the car and you still talk for an extra hour. So let's see, like 1, 2. So it took me 2 hours to elastic 100 scrunchies. So now we're at 3 hours, and I'm talking about if I get the industrial machine, and it takes 1 minute to sew a scrunchie casing. So it would take 1 hour and 40 minutes to sew 100 scrunchie casings. Then it took me 2 hours to elastic them. So now we're at 3 hours and 40 minutes. And it took me 1 hour and 40 minutes to elastic. Let me write this down. So 3 hours, 40 minutes. That's with sewing the casings, putting the elastic in, and then to sew the casings closed, it took another 1 hour and 40 minutes. So let's add this up. So that's 80 minutes, 4 hours, 80 minutes, which would convert into 5 hours, 20 minutes. So if I get an industrial machine, this is only going off of it takes me 1 minute per scrunchie casing. Because right now it takes 3 minutes, roughly 3 minutes, to do 1,300 stitches on one scrunchie casing. So 5,000 is what, like 3 times more than the 1,300, because 1,300 times 3, that would be 9. That would be 3,900. So it's more than 3 times faster. It's like 4 times faster. Not good at math. I'm good enough, but not great. So maybe it's 4 times faster. So maybe I could get it done literally in a minute. So it could take me possibly 5 hours, 20 minutes to sew and complete 100 scrunchies. Just imagine if I could do that in 10 hours with an industrial machine. I could do 200 scrunchies in 10 freaking hours. Now I'm looking like, or feeling like I should go get that industrial machine right now. But honestly, I don't even know where I would put it right now. But hey, I would make space. I would just have to build a second floor in the garage, so that's only 1 story high. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and once again, comment, and thank you for listening to me talk. I have dearly, truly missed you all, and I've been trying to be encouraged to continue to do YouTube with all the issues in life that are happening to me. See, I told you I was gonna go, but I'm starting a new conversation. But yeah, I'm leaving this time. I am leaving. I have the remote in my hand, and as I stated, I will put the summary cap at the end of this video. I'm just going to screenshot my time, and then I will write down what I did in the amount of time. So have a good day and be safe. Bye-bye.